Think about this. The choices you make today are based on who you are right now. But what happens when your dreams, priorities, and values shift over time? In Chapter 14 of The Psychology of Money, Morgan Housel explores a powerful truth. We are constantly changing, and so are our financial goals. Ignoring this reality can lead to plans that don't align with your future self. Curious how to plan for a future that's always evolving? This chapter teaches why long-term plans often fail when we don't account for how much we'll grow and change over time. It's a powerful reminder that who you are today might not be who you'll be tomorrow. Curious to know why this matters when planning your financial future or even chasing your goals? Stick around, because this topic might just reshape how you approach your life and money. Let's dive in. Welcome to Book Summary, where you can unlock the power of books in minutes, not months. Get the key insights, chapter by chapter, and start learning smarter, not harder. Let's begin. Chapter 14, You'll Change, from Morgan Housel's The Psychology of Money, is a thought-provoking reminder that we are not static beings. Who you are today, your values, priorities, and dreams, may look completely different from who you'll be in 10 or 20 years. This chapter dives into the great implications of this reality, particularly when it comes to financial planning and decision-making. It challenges us to recognize and embrace the inevitability of change as we navigate our lives and finances. Housel begins by addressing a common mistake, assuming that the way you think and feel today will remain constant throughout your life. He calls this the end of history illusion, where people believe their current preferences, beliefs, and goals are fixed. In reality, we are constantly evolving, shaped by experiences, new information, and shifting circumstances. This evolution often leads us to outgrow our old plans, decisions, and even our ambitions. For example, the career you once thought would bring you lifelong happiness may lose its appeal after a decade. Similarly, the financial goals you set in your 20s might no longer resonate when you're in your 40s. One key takeaway from this chapter is that long-term financial planning is inherently flawed if it doesn't account for personal growth and change. Housel highlights that people often overestimate the stability of their desires, leading to rigid plans that fail to adapt. For instance, someone might pour all their savings into buying a dream house, only to realize years later that their priorities have shifted, and they'd rather travel or retire early. The lesson here is that flexibility is more important than precision. Instead of obsessing over exact numbers or airtight plans, it's wiser to build room for adjustments as your future self emerges. Housel also uses the example of Warren Buffett, who has famously advised against making decisions based solely on your current perspective. Buffett's approach to investing isn't just about picking the right stocks. It's about maintaining the flexibility to pivot as circumstances change. This same principle applies to personal finance. By saving consistently and avoiding rigid financial commitments, you create a buffer that allows you to adapt to unforeseen shifts in your life. It's not just about predicting the future, but being prepared for its unpredictability. Another fascinating insight in this chapter is the idea that change isn't something to fear, it's something to embrace. Many people resist change because it can feel like a betrayal of their past selves. However, Housel reframes it as growth. He argues that clinging to outdated goals or financial plans simply because they once mattered can trap you in a life that no longer fulfills you. True wealth, he says, isn't just about having money. It's about having the freedom to evolve and align your resources with your evolving values. Housel also touches on the importance of humility when planning for the future. He suggests acknowledging that your future self will likely have different priorities and preferences. This humility can prevent you from making decisions that lock you into paths you may no longer want to follow. For example, committing to an extravagant lifestyle in your 30s might seem appealing, but what if your future self values simplicity and financial independence more? By staying humble and open to change, you can create a financial strategy that supports your growth instead of limiting it. To illustrate this further, Housel shares real-world examples of people whose financial lives were transformed by their willingness to adapt. He discusses how many entrepreneurs pivoted their careers after realizing that their initial ventures no longer aligned with their goals. One powerful example is Jeff Bezos, who started as a hedge fund executive before taking a chance on e-commerce with Amazon. Bezos didn't cling to his original career path. He allowed himself to change course, which ultimately led to extraordinary success. Housel also encourages readers to build financial plans that prioritize flexibility over rigidity. He explains that savings, for instance, aren't just for emergencies, they are for opportunities. By setting aside money without a specific purpose, you give your future self the freedom to make choices that align with your evolving priorities. Whether it's starting a new career, moving to a different city, or taking a sabbatical, savings can provide the cushion you need to embrace change rather than fear it. The chapter ends with a powerful message. Growth is inevitable, and financial success lies in embracing that reality. It's not about trying to predict every detail of your future or sticking to rigid plans. Instead, it's about creating a foundation of flexibility that allows you to adapt and thrive as you grow. Housel reminds us that life is a journey of constant discovery, and the best financial plans are the ones that evolve with us. In essence, You'll Change is a call to action for self-awareness and adaptability. It's a reminder that wealth isn't just about accumulating money. It's about building a life that supports who you are today and who you'll become tomorrow. By planning for change rather than resisting it, you can navigate life's twists and turns with confidence and grace. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you enjoyed exploring how change shapes our financial decisions, you'll love what's coming next. In Chapter 15, Nothing's Free, Morgan Housel dives into the hidden costs of wealth and the price we all pay for success. It's eye-opening and packed with lessons you won't want to miss. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you're the first to catch it. Trust me, this next chapter will leave you thinking differently about the true cost of money. See you there.